My faith journey brought me back to FCPC in 2021 after being an inactive member for the better part of 2 decades. I joined the church in the late 90s, but wandered away, so to speak. We attended another church with some regularity over this time, but without joining. For me, over these years, career and work predominated. In 2021, I gradually began to reconnect with the church, first through programs, then through worship. My wife Carol made food pantry contributions and later joined Silent Witness, which she still does. I began supporting Welcome Table first with contributions and then became a regular volunteer. If we had HR job codes, mine would be kitchen cleanup specialist. I also began attending services regularly and then volunteered for ushering starting in 2023. I've gotten to know many of you at least a little bit, and some more than that, and I really look forward to these connections continuing to grow. I've also learned about the church's ministries. As I recall, these ministries had similar category titles 20 years ago, but to me at least, the content and vibe seem different. It is wonderful to be part of a faith community that comes together through worship, child education, prayer, Bible study. 6652 was a great addition to what we do as a group this year, although I have to admit I'm about a book behind on the reading schedule. It's also great to be part of a church community that, inspired by faith, engages the wider Falls Church in Northern Virginia community through Welcome Table, food pantry contributions, the hypothermia shelter, the Crooked Steeple literary series, among other things that we do. And also one that makes a church that makes its facilities available to area nonprofits so that they can pursue their social-oriented missions. The seeds of faith were planted early in me. I was baptized, Sunday schooled, and confirmed in a Presbyterian church. I saw my father serve as a deacon, and my parents participated in a study group while I was in high school. As I recall, that study group led to some very animated discussions. I was not part of it, but I could overhear it, and I could hear the discussions after the group, often between my more conservative father and my less conservative aunt, his younger sister, who at the time had gone back to school for graduate studies at Eden Theological Seminary in St. Louis. So I don't know what the specific theological or social issues were under discussion. And as I think back, in addition to differences of how they were viewing things, I think there was a big brother, older brother, younger sister dynamic at play. Then for me, it was on to college, law school, a young legal career in St. Louis. Carol and I were married in 1981. My nascent career took an international turn, leading us to live in 3 countries. During this time, we attended church periodically, which included worshiping in house churches among expats in Saudi Arabia, where Christian gatherings were not legal. Then, when living in Jordan in 1989, a big point in our lives was learning that our daughter Sarah, who was not yet 2 at the time, is severely developmentally disabled. Returning to the U.S. after a few years, it was Sarah's needs that led us to Falls Church, specifically the Child Development Center, which is now the Jesse Thackeray Preschool over next to the park. And we moved nearby, 2 streets over from the church. So while it took me a while to make my way back to FCPC, I'm very grateful that I did, to be able to continue on a journey of faith with all of you and to contribute to what we have now and to what we can build and grow for the future.